Although Monaco's a clay court specialist mostly, but he really seemed to handle himself on the surface really well today. So what was tough for you today in terms of playing him?
Well, tough was not having played him very often, and then it being hot and humid and slow conditions. Really, I mean, this is as slow as it almost gets out on a hard court. So it's a bit of clay almost, except that you can't slide. And all the clay court specialists, such to speak, about they have all adapted very well to the hard courts now these days. And yeah, it was tough playing against him. I thought he played well in the later stages of the first set, and then also in the second. But I was able to come through as a crucial first set, which then allowed me to have a bit of, sort of win from the back, sort of feeling like I was in the lead and could try out a few more things than he could, and had the one return game which worked well, and then was able to serve it out. So it was a good finish for me.
What kind of things did you try? You're talking about things you could try, shots you could try. Are you trying still to?
Well, it's not so much trying, playing, in case I play someone in the quarters or semis or whatever it is. You're trying to mix up the game to see how it reacts to shorter rallies, to shots hit shorter and longer instead of always going laterally. And I was able to do that, and and he struggled a bit with that because he's a very good rhythm player. And then I just kept the point short because I thought, he doesn't quite like that. That's how I like to play, and I only need maybe one or two games where I get a sniff on his service games, which I thought I would get because he's not the biggest server, but he's consistent and he mixes the serve up well, and he moves the ball around nicely with his game, his style from the baseline, and that's kind of what I meant with it. Not playing for the future, but just playing to win, but still at the same time giving myself more information. If we were to go 3 sets, what could I use from the first 2 sets?
Does it make any difference to you at all playing as number 3 in this tournament?
Not really. Look, I've been in the semis with semis draw with Rafael beforehand, so it's not something that's completely new to us. And at the end of the day, you focus round by round, and the best players are in the semis usually, and if it doesn't happen, you move on and try to improve. I've had a good last 6-7 months. People talk about it like it's not been good last 6-7 months just because I'm number 3 in the world. But Rafa and Novak have done exceptional as of late, and I've done really, really well. So it's up to me to step it up or just maintain that level of play, and I'll get my chance.
Roger. You've never lost a match against Olivier Rogus. Well, what's your opinion now on him?
Well, he's coming back from an injury, I think, in some ways, right? But he's played well. I think he's been in the Guadeloupe. Did he win Guadeloupe? No, he was in the semis or in the Challenger just last week as well. And now he's again won a few matches in a row and beat Eugenie today, which is a quality player. I don't know if he's come back from injury as well, but still, regardless, it's been a good win for him coming back from a set down, and the way he did it was impressive. He's a good friend of mine. He's got amazing touch and feel out in the court, great playing sense. When to play which shot, and even though he's a small guy out there, he knows how to use his weapons and his feel, and he's a great tactician. So I enjoy playing against him. It's a different kind of playing style, and looking forward to the match against him.
Same as you, he mentioned your friendship since you were 12, I think. Are you into that kind of consideration once you're on the court?
Well, he's the first kind of guy I remember seeing on an international level. I didn't know he was so good until we played him, and thank God I didn't have to play the singles against him. And it was like a sort of a Switzerland against Belgium kind of thing we had going, and there's also other teams there in France, and it was my first trip. I was the 3rd in the team, so I only played the doubles, and it was Melise and Rockers already back then. And I never heard of them before until I saw them play. I was like, wow, these guys are good, I got some work to do. So it was, but no, once you got on the court, you play fair, the way it's supposed to be, but you just try to play your best tennis, and if it's enough, it's great, and if it's not, well, at least you lost against a friend who's a good guy and you're happy for. So yeah, I'll be alright once we get out there. It's going to be a nice match, I'm sure.
I'm from Canada, and we have a rising star. He was knocked out in the first round, Milos Raonic. Have you seen his game? Do you have an opinion on it?
Well, I almost played him in the second or third round in Indian Wells last week when he lost to Ryan Harrison. So I didn't see him play that much in the summer when he did, the whole, rise in the rankings. Sort of when he won the tournament, lost in the finals against Roddick in the next one because I was all the way on the other side of the planet, and so I didn't see that much of him. But I'm sure I'll see plenty of him the next 6 months because he'll be in all the main draws where I'll be around. And it's going to be interesting to see him play, and I'll most likely also play against him. If we've sort of play each other in that draw. But he seems like he's very talented. He's obviously very big and strong already at a young age, and that allows him to have great potential for the future. And it's nice to see so many young up and coming guys at the moment like we have in the game right now.
Yes, hi. I am working for the Spanish channel, and they want to know, how do you like Miami?
I don't like Miami. I like it a lot. I've always enjoyed coming over here. It's not one of those tournaments that needed a lot of time to warm up to. I've come here as a junior, I guess. Back in when I was 14. I played at the Biltmore Hotel, and then I played at Flamingo Park down in South Beach, right? And then I played the first Orange Bowl that was held here on Key Biscayne. Actually, I won in this center court and became world number 1. Beating Albanian and Korea in the semis and finals, and so I felt really very much comfortable in this surroundings here. And then when the tournament came around, I kind of knew my way around. I knew Coconut Grove, I knew South Beach, I knew Key Biscayne, so I kind of felt always very welcome here, and I always played good tennis here. And then you get to know the nightlife, you get to know good restaurants. Get to know a lot of friends around here because you always come back here every year, and then on top of that you play well. It's even nicer, but it's always been a place I enjoyed coming to and playing.
You played twice in the daytime in the heat. Would you describe what it does to your body, the impact?
Yeah, it's nice and hot. You feel it like it's sucking some energy out of you. But I've been around the block and played in more brutal conditions. Usually when they announce thunderstorms, you can be ready for changing shirts and maybe even changing shoes and doing all those things because you're sweating so much. But look, I think I handled it well today because we had some tougher rallies. We had a tough match today, and I was able to really sort of manage it well. I thought also Monaco handled it well, and you can tell we both enjoy playing in the heat, and it has some effect on some players, but not on me today, which I'm happy about.
Last question in English, please.
Thank you.
Interested in English?